Hello, yo, what's up? We are now sitting in a Mercedes-Benz EQB, and we're doing a range test. So you will notice that everyone and the mother overtakes me right now, because this is actually the test. Yes, get it right. This is the test. I'm driving at 90 kilometers per hour in the 110 zone, so there'll be people overtaking me, but yeah, that's the name of the game. Normally when I do hammer test in Deutschland, or when I do a 1,000 kilometer challenge, then I overtake everyone and their mother. There'll be slow pokes. They have to GTFO the left lane. But anyway, so this video is not about that one. I just mentioned this because there's so many people, Bjørn, why are you driving so slow? And the mother is overtaking you. EVs are really shitty because you have to drive so slow. No, I don't. Trust me. I hammer a lot with cars nowadays, especially Teslas, because they kick ass for the Lord. No, but this video is about pronunciation. So, okay, a little disclaimer here. No, I'm not perfect. No, I guess nobody's perfect. So even my pronunciation on in English is not correct, and in many other languages. So whatever I say now, whatever I claim now, might not be 100% correct. So just just keep, have that as a reminder. Okay, once I do this, but. So anyway, yes, I don't know what's up with this, but recently when I say BMW, people try to teach me, lecture me, no, it's BMW. So that's where it started with the whole, actually, I think it started a long time ago. When I said Porsche, and then people tried to correct me, no, it's Porsche, it's not Porsche, Well, so that, okay, so at least, what we should do, we should try I will try to teach you how to pronounce German car brands, all right? So let's just start with Porsche then. Many Americans, they will call it Porsche, and that's a nice Porsche you have right there. Well, but it's actually called Porsche. And also, I've been trolling you guys. I don't know, this is funny because many people, they don't understand that they're being trolled. Like when I say it's diamonds, Yeah, what else was it again recently? When I said that the BMW finally has motorized steering wheel, where Tesla had it for many years, 8 years. Man, you guys got trolled so hard you didn't even know. But okay, anyway, so yeah, I've been saying Porsche, but in Norwegian we call it Porsche. So actually, the Norwegian pronunciation of many things is actually very close to what locals also call it. For example, we say München, we say Praha, we say København. We say mostly the correct way that the locals also call different names. But okay, that was the Porsche, and the next one is, well, just happened to pass by one. The one just overtake me. It's the VW, right, or the Volkswagen. Well, even I can't. Okay, but yeah, it's actually called Volkswagen because, again, we can draw the similarity with Norwegian. Folk means people, so, and wagen is wagon. It's the people's wagon, the people's car, Volkswagen. And in Norwegian, again, folk, that's plural, means people, but it's spelled with an F. But that's, you actually, so in the Volkswagen and the V, you actually pronounce it as if you pronounce it with an F, then you have the correct pronunciation. So it's Volkswagen. Yeah, that's the correct way of doing it. Again, like I said, it might not be 100% correct, but at least it's 99.9% correct. And then next one, well, okay, this one I'm not 100% sure, but people call it Mercedes-Benz, but it's actually Mercedes-Benz. The German way of saying it, you have to just make everything really hard. Mercedes-Benz, I think that's how it is. Okay, and the next one is not Opel, it's not Opel, it's Opel. Yeah, it's Opel Skrupel. Yeah. Let me see. Do I remember all of them now? Yeah, and also the BMW. People call it the BMW. I actually wonder why the heck do they even say the W, because it's W. In Norwegian we say W because it's a double V. So where the heck did the two U come from? Because it's a double. The letter is a double V. So, but people call it BMW. But it's actually in German again. The W is pronounced as a V sound. So they just say BMW. Yeah, and okay, I know what it means. It means Bayerske Motorwerk. But of course I keep trolling you guys, say that it's Bayerske Motorworks, which is the BMW always works. That's why they call it the Bayerske Motor always works. Yeah, it never breaks down. That's right. Oh yeah, by the way, maybe, okay, since we already have one behind us, I was supposed to tell you how German car brands are, but we have I'm gonna say here, Skoda. In Norwegian we call it Skoda. Hva skal du med Skoda når du kan gå da? Skoda, that S has a little thing over it, and so I was told it's actually called Skoda, something like that. You have the S becomes a sh, so it's Skoda. Yeah, Skoda, not Skoda. Let me see, do I remember all the German car brands? I think I failed to remember all of them. But yeah, so my point is that there is, I guess there are different ways of pronouncing brands or names depending on which country, which language it is. I mean, I even don't pronounce some of the Korean names correctly. For example, it's supposed to be Hyundai, something like that. But Norwegian we call it Hyundai, Hyundaien, yeah, Hyundai Kona, and also yeah we call it Kona because it's Kona. It literally means wife, the wife, yeah. But actually in English or in from what I heard from press, they call it Kona. It almost like as if you would use a C instead. But then Kona means something else in Portuguese, I know. Just like e-tron means something, e-tron, something like that. And also all the French names, holy shit, I don't even know how it's pronounced. It's called Citroën. And then Brits, they call it Citroën for some reason. I don't know, I heard Top Gear, they say Citroën. Well, is it a Citroën? Citroën is a fruit, right? Are you driving around with a lemon? Is that what you're saying? No, and also it's not Samsung. It's Samsung or something. Samsung. I don't know, man. But at least I try to pronounce the names I know correctly. So, which boils down to how should you pronounce names really, like German car brands or anything really, because. You know, first time I heard about the standard, we have the IDE, now we're talking about computers by the way, we have the IDE interface, or we have the CSCI interface, which is quite much better back in the days. I think now the IDE kind of caught up with it. Well, we have ATA and serial ATA, Satan, yeah. Satan that you won't. Okay, no, but I don't listen. That okay. I'm going to be a father. I need to stop swearing. But but you know, it's actually called SCSI. It's not called SCSI. And I heard recently it's called NHTSA, that authority in what's it called again? National Transport Authority or something. Yeah, it's called NHTSA. But so why do we pronounce some names like that, and then why it's supposed to be LED, light emitting diode, right? But in Norway, Norwegians call it LED bar. That's why it confuses so many people, because I call it LED bar, but then it's actually technically in English it's called LED bar. But what about OLED? And then in Norwegians we call it BYD. Yeah. Have you tried the new BYD? Be like, huh? The what? Well, BYD, Build Your Dreams. It's the Chinese car manufacturer brand. Yeah, so you see, my point is that when it comes to names, like names in Norwegian, egennavn, yeah. Actually, 15% of my viewers are Norwegians, and I have so many viewers all over the world, but 15%, think about this. We have 5 million Nisse living in Norway. Only 5 million people living in Norway, and then a really big majority of my viewers are actually from Norway. So that's why I also tend to refer to Norwegians since it's quite relevant. Yeah, but what was the point again? Sorry, I have really short attention span. Yeah, but you see, so yes, when it comes to names, there are specific ways of pronouncing names if you want to do it the correct way. Like, okay, I'm going to trigger so many people now. You know, I haven't been in Croatia yet, but next time I go to Croatia, I should really try the new Rimac. Yeah, man, I can't wait to try the new Rimac. Just like, and I'm gonna have a Big Mac while having the Rimac. No, but it's not pronounced Rimac. That's probably the American way of pronouncing it. It's supposed to be Rimac. Yeah, Rimac. That's the Croatian way of saying it, Rimac. So, well, okay, but why didn't they just spell it out, Rimac, with an S in the beginning? That's just the way, supposedly in Croatia, the C and the N becomes an TS sound, so Rimac, yeah. So, but should I call it Rimac or should I call it Rimac, right? And then what about BMW? Should I call BMW or BMW? And there was even a German guy who tried to lecture me and said, no, if you speak English, you have to say BMW. I disagree, because then I should start saying Porsche and Rimac, right? And also, what about Bergen? You know, if I say we're gonna take a trip to Bergen, I say Bergen. That's the correct way of the correct pronunciation in Norwegian. But then foreigners, they say Bergen. Yeah, well, should I say Bergen or Bergen if I say English? What about Trondheim? I said Trondheim. That's the correct way of saying it, not Trondheim. And what about my name that people can't even get right? Some people, they even call me Byron all the time. Who the heck is this Byron guy, huh? I mean, if my name was Hakapolita or, you know, Suvarnabhumi, that's, oh, holy shit, it's an airport in Thailand, in Bangkok, sorry, airport in Bangkok. It's called Suvarnabhumi. How the heck do you pronounce that word, Suvarnabhumi? Or what about Hakapolita? How many people can actually pronounce it correctly? But my name is just Bjørn. I mean, you had one task to pronounce or to spell my name correctly. And okay, I get it. You don't have the letter in your keyboard, but most people, they can at least figure out that you can use an O instead. Yeah. And then they still fail to pronounce to spell my name correctly. But Bjørn, that's my name, Bjørn. I normally don't mention Bjørn, and maybe when I say Teslabjorn from time to time, but my name is actually Bjørn. And should we, English people, many people, they call me Bjørn, simply because the sound, they don't have it in their vocabulary. But actually you have, I was wrong there. You have the sound, but you don't have the letter. Except for some countries like Sweden, or I mean Swedish, and also in German you have the letter also. I'm not sure about other countries, or other languages rather. But the sound, let me teach you how you can pronounce or Bjørn correctly. You know, when you earn money, that sound in earn or early, that's also the sound. So actually in English it's then the EA sound. Yeah, the EA becomes a how logic is English really. It's freaking irrational language, English and Norwegian. There are so many weird rules you have to remember. Like the O letter in Norwegian is a big cluster fudge. Sometimes the O is pronounced O, like a U. Yeah, actually, well, that's also funny. The O sound in English, it's pronounced U. But sometimes it's also pronounced O. So you say Otta, for example. That's a place in Gudbrandsdalen, Otta. Then it becomes a U sound. But then you say Odde. Odd is a common Norwegian name. Odd. Then it's suddenly Odd. What the heck? How are you supposed to know, huh? Okay, anyway, so back to that one. So Bjørn, you just, actually, if you just, instead of the the O ring or the Ö letter, if you just spell it out with BJEA and then R and instead Bjørn like that, then that's the way to pronounce Bjørn correctly. But do I care? Do I give a shit? No. No problem, no worries really. So my claim is that we should try to pronounce the names the correct way, if you can. If I understand, I still haven't mastered Korean, so I still fail to pronounce the Korean names correctly. But yeah, so interesting. I find it interesting, and also I want to know what you guys think. So how should we pronounce? I mean, from now on, just want to give some input. I mean, I probably don't give a shit. I might don't give a shit about 99.9% of the time feedback from you guys when I hear feedback. But it would be interesting to find out, and also to have a little healthy discussion. How should we pronounce names then? Because like some people claim, yeah, if you speak English, you have to pronounce the English way, which means BMW. I don't feel like, I feel cringy if I have to say BMW. And also it's freaking long. Norwegians, for example, we are lazy people. When we say, back in the days when websites used to have www dot something, we wouldn't say that. We would say www. Punktum or www dot, yeah. So we try to find the shortest way of saying things. And also I'm lazy. And also, by the way, in Norwegian we also actually say BMW. We don't say BMW. No, nobody says that. So yeah, for BMW, should I say BMW or should I say BMW? Should I say Porsche or Porsche? Should I say Rimac? Or, I mean, so many people are cringing now. Oh, please, Bjørn, don't say Rimac. Oh, shit, I just had to turn off the sound. Oh, I couldn't sleep at night because you said Rimac. Should I say Citroën or should I try to say Citroën? And what about Renault? Renault. You have to have that Renault. It's not Renault. Renault. We call it Renault in Norwegian. Yeah. Yeah, so, well, what? Wow, okay, this was a short one. I was expecting a half an hour rant about how to pronounce things. But yeah, so I would like to know from you guys, what do you guys think? How should I pronounce things? And also maybe you guys can also try to teach me a few things, because from time to time, people have been correcting me. Remember to ABC, always be correcting. So, I mean, I've kind of given up time trying to teach you guys when it comes to kilowatt and kilowatt hour. And all that. It's like a losing game, especially when bigger, I was about to say authorities, but well, they have some extent of authorities, but when bigger media or something like Motor or NAF, TV2, journalists on websites, if they also make the mistakes of or mixing up kilowatt and kilowatt hour, then of course some noob out there who doesn't know EVs that well, they will also start making the same mistakes, because they think that, well, if Elbilforeningen, or okay, I'm not sure if Elbilforeningen is that strict, but I think I've even seen maybe also at Elbilforeningen, which is the EV association in Norway, like they mix up kilowatt and kilowatt hour. How the heck are them noobs supposed to know what you're supposed to use, right? Well, but anyway, so yeah, the whole correcting, I still claim that you should try to use the correct terms, or the correct units rather, the correct units for different things. Why would you want to purposely make mistakes, right? And speaking of making mistakes, I also made a lot of mistakes in the past when with English grammar, because I said do mistake. I did a mistake. Again, my excuse is that in Norwegian we say they say do a mistake, or they say yeah, gjorde en feil, gjøre feil, yeah, gjøre feil, which means do mistake. But then in English it's different. You make a mistake, and in Norwegian you don't say jeg lagde en feil. Well, unless you're actually purposely making an error. No, but you know what I mean. So actually many grammar errors I make in English has something to do with the way the Norwegian grammar is. For example, in Norwegian, when you say låne means borrow, but lend also means borrow. We only have one word for borrowing or lending. So of course sometimes I mix up those things and I say, I borrow this car to a guy. No, you lend a car to a guy, but then you borrow something from someone. You know, and there's lots of that. I can talk forever about English and versus Norwegian grammar, really. But I really appreciate when people correct me. For example, some words are not pure. I mean, some words doesn't exist in plural form. Let's say sheep. In the beginning, I said sheeps. That's not correct. It's just there's a singular form of it. I don't remember what else I made the mistake, but I really appreciate that people correct me, because of course I want to be as correct as possible, and yeah, so that's great. But what else? And then what is up with the whole story about Spekkerud? Well, again, the funny thing is that I mispronounce. How the heck are you supposed to know how to pronounce Spekkerud? Right? Because if that was in Norway, we would probably call it Spekkerud. But it's actually pronounced Spekerud. Yeah, like spekepølse. We say spekepølse, we don't say spek. Actually in German, in general, if you want a vowel to be short, you will have a double consonant, what you call it again, after the vowel. So spek, that's a double K. Then it becomes a short vowel. But then spekema, then it becomes a long vowel. So yeah, that's, maybe I shouldn't know, but I made a mistake about pronouncing Spekkerud. And the funny thing is that there was a Swedish guy, he messaged me, and he said, no, oh man, you mispronounce Spekkerud. It's supposed to be Spekerud. But the way he said it was so hilarious. He said that my ears are bleeding. When so that's why I'm like, okay, I want your ears to bleed. Spekkerud. Yeah, that's the story behind Spekkerud, by the way. And also there's this, also when I say Porsche, I've been trolling so many people when I say Porsche, because there's one guy, some German guy, I think his name is Tim. Every time I said Porsche in the live stream, he will always comment like, it's called Porsche. It's Porsche, not Porsche. Okay, well, calm down, buddy. It's just a brand, just Porsche, no worries. So yeah, so I think in the future I'm gonna have a nice collection of Porsche and Rimacs and BMWs in my garage, along with Tesla, of course. Oh man, don't even get me started. But okay, I think this video is getting long enough. So but interesting. I find language quite interesting. Maybe one day I should also talk about Thai language, because Thai language is completely different than the Western languages, because it's tonal based. So based on the tone, because if you say Spekkerud or Spekkerud, it's the same word, right? If you say it's very, very common. How do you pronounce salami? Is it salami or salami, right? Salami and salami, it's the exact same word, and it has the exact same meaning. But in Thailand, if you have different tones, rising or falling tones, high, low tone, it will completely change the word. So ma means horse, ma means dog, ma means come. What else? Yeah, Mu means pig. Okay, let me do the different variances. So, meh means mom. You see, there's, and then of course, we need to pull some bad words here. So, when you have, okay, maybe I should do it. No, okay, I changed my mind. I'm becoming a dad now. We're not gonna teach my audience any bad Thai words, but I'm just saying that the way we pronounce things in Thai, it then completely changed the meaning. So I think at school we're supposed to say ma, yeah, and then you actually said 5 different words and whatever with different meanings. So yeah, but anyway, so that was interesting. I don't know what you guys think. But yeah, maybe I should also tell you, man, I'm about to end every time, and then I always remember something interesting I should tell you, which is some people also wonder, yeah, what is your background, and then how many languages can you speak? Well, I was born in Thailand, and I know Thai, but actually I can't read or write Thai. I can only speak Thai fairly fluent, about 99% fluent, and it happened many years ago. When I was a kid, of course, I spoke Thai, but then after I moved to Norway, I kind of forgot how to speak Thai for a decade or something at least. And then I fell in love with Thailand again. I went back to Thailand. I was actually away from Thailand for 18 years, or 17 years. Yeah, and then I went back there in 2007 or 8, I don't remember. And then I went back there a lot, and then eventually I met wifey, and then I started speaking more Thai. So yeah, and that's the whole thing about Thai. And of course, wifey and I, we speak Thai at home. So, and I also speak Thai in my Thai language. So I try to learn more and more Thai. So that's the Thai part of it. And then I speak Norwegian, of course, because I've been living in Norway for over 35 years. So I also speak Norwegian quite fluent. Well, I mean, when it comes to Norwegian, yes, I speak Norwegian fluently. I write and read Norwegian perfectly fine. I think I would even claim that my grammar is better than most native Norwegians who was even born in Norway. Because, whoa, woman, why are you driving so close to me? Shit. Yeah, like they keep Norwegians. They don't give a shit about grammar. They mix up og. They have misspellings on stuff, and yeah, lots of grammar errors for Norwegian, many Norwegians. So I speak Norwegian fluently, of course, because I live here. I'm totally integrated here. That's a very practical example of some foreigner that comes immigrates to a country and then integrates here, get Norwegian friends, speak Norwegian, everything. So, and also have a Norwegian passport. And then I also speak English. But it was not always like this, because I actually started learning English at the 4th grade, which is roughly when you are 10 years old in the Norwegian school system today. Actually, today, I don't know how it was, but that was many years ago when I went to elementary. Wait, what is this again? Elementary school? Yeah, I think it's elementary school. But it was actually when I started playing online games, MMO. Yeah. Mass online multiplayer games, whatever it's called. Then I started speaking more English with some friends in US, and we used Ventrilo, and we chatted a lot while gaming. And many times we don't speak too much about the game, it depends, but we tend to just speak of other things outside of the game when we are gaming. But it's a voice server, for you guys who know Ventrilo. And nowadays I think TeamSpeak is more common than Ventrilo. But that's usually, I mean, that's roughly where I started speaking more English, to the point where I'm speaking fairly fluently. Again, not 100%. It's still going to be, whoa, dude, you're supposed to change lane. Well, okay, he did it kind of late, but whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I speak three languages fairly fluent. I mean, 2 of them fairly fluent, 1 of them 100% fluent, or 101%, of course. Yeah, it's 101% because it's actually better than the natives. That's why it's 101%. And then when it comes to German, I actually don't know how to even make a good German sentence, really. I just know bits and pieces of German. And yeah, why do I even know German? Well, because I just love Germany. Ich liebe Deutschland, yeah. I think that's fairly okay, right? And then at least for Germany, when you travel through Germany, many Germans, especially maybe the elderly or the second half of 100, they don't speak much English. So I encountered some language barrier the very first time I went to Germany, and I wanted to find an ATM to withdraw some money. and nobody knew what the heck an ATM was. Well, I learned afterwards that it's called Geldautomat. So, yeah. So yeah, by the way, I can teach you more things, by the way. In Germany, it's not called Autobahn. Yeah, this is something, of course, all the Germans know this. It's not called Autobahn, it's called Autobahn. Yeah, Autobahn! And it's called Elektroauto. And okay, I picked up many German words like Schmutz. Yeah, it's actually a German word. So every time you hear me say Schmutz, it's a German word for dirt. But in Norway, we also have a word that we call it Smuss. Smuss also means dirt. So again, Norwegian and German, they are quite similar in many ways. But again, I can't have a conversation with a German, really. I just know a couple of words. So it's enough for me to navigate through Germany, or sometimes when I see some signs in Germany, I'll figure that, okay, Ausfahrt, that's actually not a city named Ausfahrt, it means exit. or when I see something and I say Stunden and Stunde, Stunde, that means hours, okay. Park here maximum 2 hours. Okay, I understand a couple of things there, but not that much. Maybe I should take some German classes one day, because up until now I didn't really understand what the heck Helga was saying to me. I just like, okay, nodded. Whoa, come on, accelerate, Fossil. I'm doing 90 here. Accelerate, downshift, accelerate. He used all his 75 horsepower in that Golf TDI. All right, but anyway, we're getting close to Rudshøgda. I'm going to turn around now. So this was, again, it ended up to be quite a long ramble after all, mostly about language. But again, so before I wrap up, yes, I want to know, please comment. I want to get some feedback again. How should I pronounce names? Huh? Should I say BMW? Should I say Porsche? Huh? Should I make you guys cringe by saying Rimac? I guess I'm gonna end there. So that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching and talk to you later.